So I just had some dinner, got something in my teeth. So I'll just wait a few moments for some people to jump on, and then we'll be going. Sorry, Nick, they're not used to me being live after the show. So okay, so hey everybody, this is Michael Noon. Is that how I say it, Michael?
That's correct. A good Irish name.
Yeah, Michael Noon. Now, I met Michael on the steps of Parliament at last week's protest. He came up, wanted to talk to me, and I said what he had to say was very powerful. I want to know if he wanted to come on to the show. And what he's had is an adverse reaction to the vaccine. Before we go there, Michael, what were you doing as a job?
I'm a professional pool lifeguard and pool lifeguard trainer, and I'm also a student paramedic.
And when you mean a student paramedic, what does that mean?
I'm studying to be a paramedic.
Okay, and how far along are you with that?
So I have just completed the diploma, and then I go straight into second year degree.
Okay, so you're pretty far advanced. So
yeah. Bit of a story on that one, but I won't go into that.
That's good.
However, I was bullied and coerced by my employer, and I have it in writing that I was only doing it under severe coercion and duress. I got the AstraZeneca on the 17th of November.
Okay, so let's start there so people can be clear.
Yep.
So you were doing the course, sure. And you were doing the course, and you wanted to, and unfortunately to keep doing the course, as everyone else, you basically told you've got to get jabbed.
Oh, no, it wasn't the course. It was my lifeguarding employer.
Oh, okay, so to remain being a lifeguard. And were you a lifeguard at a pool?
Or? I'm a lifeguard at a local swimming pool in the northern suburbs.
Okay, so to remain being a lifeguard at a swimming pool, you had to take the vaccination.
That's correct.
And which one did you take?
AstraZeneca, because I was also seeing a natural therapist, and we discussed it. And he said AstraZeneca was, and I was doing everything correctly to prepare my body for it. However, you never know how your body's going to react.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 days later, after getting the shot,
is that the first jab?
That was my very first one.
Yep.
Very first one. I started getting severe heart palpitations. I was sweaty, what we call diaphoretic, like I was sweating profusely.
Wow. Can I talk about heart palpitations first, though? Can you explain what they are for people who can't be bothered to Google it?
Yeah, no worries. It's a heart palpitation is a abnormal heart rhythm.
Okay.
So you're currently in what we call a normal sinus rhythm.
Yep.
Where it's between 60 to 100 beats per minute.
Yep.
That's a perfect. You can be sinus tachy, anything over 100 beats per minute when you're exercising. So what you're at the moment, you should be between 60 to 100, and that's a normal sinus rhythm.
Yeah.
I was starting getting palpitations, and with my training, I knew there was something wrong. Loss of appetite and severe loss of energy. I didn't want to call an ambulance, but I knew that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
So I went, paramedics came, they put the ECG
on me. Oh, so you actually called an ambulance?
I actually called an ambulance. They came. Paramedic put the ECG on me. He said to me, have you ever been AF? Because he saw my study room and it's all full of ambulance stuff. And I said, no.
What does AF mean, mate?
AF means atrial fibrillation, where the top half of your heart, you've got two atriums.
Yeah.
And so one was like it's fibrillating, like it's bouncing around.
Okay.
And I said to him, no. He goes, well, you are now. And that heart rhythm was on average at that time was 140 to 160 beats per minute.
Wow.
And I was lying down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep, you understand that. So I went to Royal Melbourne. They did a saliva COVID test on me. They then put me into a bubble, and that just made me sweat. And they put this drug into me via IV, which made me violently ill, which I've now found out that I'm allergic to.
Yeah.
So that was the Friday night, Saturday, because I called about 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they put me in a COVID ward, and they wanted to administer COVID-19 antibodies into me. And I asked for, even though I was sick, I knew what was going on and this whole story. And then
why did they want to do that?
To fight the infection. To fight the infection. And
Okay.
I asked for the name of it, and I looked it up on my phone. I've gone, no way. So I said, you're not putting that poison into me. So on the Sunday, I was discharged because I just didn't want to be there.
Had you got better by then, or was it you
no,
still had the same problem?
I was sick.
Yeah.
I was really, really sick, but I just didn't want to be there because just the way they were like, we want to do this to you. And I said no. So,
were they taking it as an adverse reaction, or were they just saying you got a heart problem?
No, they were saying I had just had COVID.
So your heart was beating at that abnormal rate because you had COVID?
At abnormal rate because I was, they said I had COVID. I believe I had a viral infection because of the injection.
Okay. Because I met another man the other day. He's going to write something for me, and his girlfriend got paralyzed down the whole left side of her body after the jab. I think it was Pfizer, and the doctors, even though they could not find any reason for it, in the end they blamed her anxiety for why you'd be self-paralyzed your body for 6 weeks. But they refused, absolutely steadfastly refused to state at all that it could have anything to do with the vaccination. So that was in your case too. I mean, did you put forth that you wanted them to put it down as an adverse reaction?
I certainly did.
And they weren't interested?
Weren't interested. I came home. I was home for 2 days. I started feeling like I was still sick, and I knew I was still sick. I recalled an ambulance on the Tuesday the 30th. Paramedics came. I was in atrial fibrillation, and also there's another heart rhythm which is dangerous called superior ventricular tachycardic.
Wow, what's that?
Okay, so that is beneath your atriums you have your ventricles in your heart. Now, one of my I think it was my left ventricle at the time, because you can see it on the ECG, because we get taught how to read ECGs.
Yeah.
My heart rhythm for that was between 160 to 180 beats per minute, and I was in the ambulance. I was going between.
So it got worse.
It got worse. Yeah.
Okay.
My heart was going nuts.
Yeah.
They even put I heard them say, call Micah, which is the mobile intensive care ambulance.
Wow.
And they put the defib pads on me just in case.
Wow. So they're expecting you to have a heart attack.
Yes, I didn't. Mental blank. My temperature was over 38, 39 degrees. I could have gone into what they call a febrile convulsion, which is a seizure. I didn't, and I'm very, very lucky I didn't get into that. Rushed into ED at St. Vincent's. They told me there's a COVID ward. They put me onto that same drug through IV for 4 nights. It was making me violently ill. It was sending my heart into both heart rhythms.
What was the drug?
Where is it? Sorry. I've got it here. I'll spell it for you. Sorry. Here it is here. CFTRIAXONE. It's an antiviral
like
drug.
Yeah.
Yep. That was making me violently ill, making my heart race. On the 4th night, I finally got a nurse to believe me. But I'm going to say something here which upsets me, but it needs to be told. Just like with Nick, with believing and everything, I was wide awake.
Yeah.
I saw a light, and I saw my I saw my mother who's deceased, and my stillborn baby brother. And my mother said to me, "You're not coming yet. You've got too much good work to do." And that scared the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So then they put me on to...
Can I ask why Philippa Collins says, why did they give this drug to you? Did they explain what the drug was meant to do?
It's an antiviral drug.
So they thought you had a virus?
Yeah, they were treating me for COVID-19.
Okay.
But I knew it's, well, a coronavirus is a common cold and flu, because corona
wouldn't that have been in your lungs? Well,
yeah, I had
COVID been in your lungs and sort of respiratory. Why would they think that with the heart?
I did have crackles in both my lower lobes of my lungs.
Yeah.
So then they put me onto a humidifier. Now, a lot of people think those humidifiers are ventilators. It's not. To be on a ventilator, you actually need to be in ICU and in an induced coma, and you have tubes down your throat.
Yeah.
These ventilators push warm water down your airways, your nasal prongs.
Okay.
And that was also drowning me. That was killing me as well. And I said to him, "This is killing me. Get this stuff off." As soon as I got onto pure oxygen and steroids, I started getting better.
Okay.
They were killing. I believe they were killing me, and through my own training, through my own training and knowledge, I think I saved my own life.
That's a huge statement to make.
Yeah. I've been out of hospital a week tonight. Yeah.
So when I met you on Sunday, you just got out?
I just got out of hospital that Friday. I shouldn't have been there on Sunday, but I thought it was very important. I had a really hard time last Sunday. That's why I'm not going tomorrow, because my heart just goes nuts.
Yeah.
So that's part of my story. I have been in contact with my employer. I've just done a 5-page statement in regards to that, and I went up on Tuesday to see my direct managers, just to so they could physically see how ill I am. And
did the doctor? Can I just interrupt? Did the doctors come up with anything that they said you had? I think on Sunday you said you had some sort of condition.
Yeah, that's the condition. I've now got a condition called atrial fibrillation, where I can be, sorry, there it goes. I can be in a normal sinus rhythm, and then all of a sudden it will go into a fibrillation. And that just happened right then.
And how did that feel?
It hurts.
I saw you jump around.
Yeah.
So it just starts beating faster all of a sudden, like
it just goes like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And on an ECG, you'll see it. It just goes.
Well, and have you had any heart issues before this?
Negative.
Well,
Fit,
okay.
healthy. I could swim 20 laps non-stop.
Wow.
Did
you do that now?
I have trouble walking to the letterbox and back at the moment, or even around the house. Like after this, I'll go to bed and sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted just watching your interview with Nick. I'm now on beta blockers, which I take half a tablet at night, half a tablet in the morning.
And what do they do? What's their purpose?
So the beta blocker helps me stay into a sinus rhythm while it tries to help that.
And have they told you how long this condition will last? Does it rectify itself, or is it?
No, so I'm on the beta blockers until I've got to see cardiologists and my GP and stuff, and I could be on beta blockers for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Do you know, it'd be Michael, it'd be great to say, oh, Michael, you're such a rare case. You know, you're the one unlucky chap. But in actual fact, the stories, I've got Tammy Jane out there, she's doing adverse reactions. She can't keep up. She's got so many people with adverse reactions.
No, she can't. And I follow her as well. And I've met Tammy as well. She's a beautiful person.
And now Richard, one of the guys from the No Goat Show, just told me that they're building a factory here. It won't be ready till 2025, and they're increasing the booster rate to every 3 months. So basically, they're just going to they're planning to keep inoculating us for years.
Yeah,
absolutely years.
There it goes again. So just go. I don't know when it's going to happen.
And is that how it's been for you since Sunday, since I met you?
That's correct. Yeah, yep. I feel I'm a lucky one because it's AF. There's people that are out there that have got neurological disorders where they're not able to walk and stuff. I feel for them, and I want to help. And I want to help to fight for them as well.
Have they asked you to take the second one yet?
Yeah, they won't give me. They won't give me any exemption because I didn't have a heart attack.
Say that again.
They won't give me an exemption because I did not have a heart attack. That was the doctor's words.
The doctor's words were, we can't give you an exemption unless you have a heart attack.
That's correct. I now sit in the shower to have a shower because my blood pressure rises, is what we call in the industry hypertension. My blood pressure rises, so I've got to sit down in the shower to have a shower because I could collapse in the shower if my blood pressure rises too much. And I consider myself pretty lucky, but I shouldn't.
I don't think you're lucky.
No,
I think you've been abused by the state.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Coerced into taking something you didn't want to take, and now you've had this reaction, and there's no empathy for you. You're a bit of a problem for them. They're probably wishing you'd go away. This is horrendous, man. It's the people coming in, outrageous, horrendous, and
That's why
I wish I had something to say, Michael, other than giving you a platform with which to speak. You know,
and I thank you for that.
No problem. I wish I could do more. We got things in. My doctor said he cannot give anyone or an exemption will lose his license.
Yep, I did ask. Sorry, Michael. I did ask my doctor, my GP beforehand about an exemption, and these were his words. Michael, I would give you an exemption on the basis of your past medical history. However, I'm not allowed to because I have a condition called fetal alcohol syndrome, which is a learning disorder. It affects the hippocampus of the brain. Someone might take an hour to learn might take me 3 or 4 hours to learn.
Yeah.
But once I get it, I get it. So he
Yeah.
said on the basis of that, he would have normally given me an exemption, but he's not allowed to. The system's
That's,
buggered.
do you live alone?
I live alone, but I do have a lot of support around me. I have
So you
some
have
very.
people coming to check on you, make sure you're okay?
I've got friends that ring me all the time, and things like that. Yep.
I really don't know what to say in this time. I do know that the doctors have said before, we had lots of doctors on saying if there'd been this many effects, they would have stopped the vaccine rollout just to double check it and maybe see if it need, it would have automatically stopped. But yeah, because like a lot of people, I don't yet know anyone who died of COVID, but I know lots of people with adverse reactions.
Exactly.
Loads.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've known loads of people now who've had who've had COVID, and some worse than others, but they've all got better.
Yep.
And so they've all moved on, and none of them think it's worth destroying our entire culture for, which is what we've done.
No.
Basically, it's so we're just doing. We seem to be insane at the moment, and this is insane.
When I went up and saw my 2 direct managers, the look on their face, how body language tells more words than. So body language says more than words. The look on their faces, and one of the managers is a qualified nurse, and the look on their face is like, what have we done?
Now, just fill you in for anyone who's just come on, that Michael's had an adverse reaction to AstraZeneca. He's having heart palpitations. He's been in hospital twice. It's not getting any better, and as yet he hasn't had the second jab. But yeah, I wish I could offer you something of solace, except I hope a lot of people are listening, and maybe if enough voices like yours come up, maybe there'll be an inquiry at least, or they might pause at least, but they don't seem to have any interest in pausing.
That's why I'm going public. I also have told
Michael.
my HR that I've been in contact with Catherine Cumming and Crystal Mitchell, not only by correspondence, but also.
Like, look at this. Just to become MC, this woman, I had a brain aneurysm and I can't get an exemption. I had a heart attack 5 days ago. The second vaccine is still in hospital after, these.
James, I feel for you, mate. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, look, my little town has 4 people I know in the same boat. The hospital would not report an adverse reaction. Went on to TJ, did it myself.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm yet to do that. I'm doing that tomorrow because just the way I've been, like physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have put in a work cover claim. So I have told my.
Well, here's this person saying, look at this person just for a sec. It's quite remarkable that anti-vaxxers know many people have had adverse reactions. I'm vaccinated, as is everyone I know. None of them had adverse reactions. Also know people had COVID, and many of them still quite well months later.
Yeah.
Okay, Deke. Well, this is Michael here, and he's had an adverse reaction.
Exactly. And
so I'm in a position where people approach me, and this is what they're approaching me with. Yeah. And lately, there's been about 40 people who had COVID in my vicinity, working with the freedom fighters and stuff, and all of them got better. But some of them said it was pretty tough, but they got better.
Exactly.
But
I'm not a anti-vaxxer. I'm a medical professional, and I've had all my vaccinations all through the years. Vaccinations take up to 15 to 20 years to perfect. So people out there that are calling us people anti-vaxxers, please do your own homework. Yeah. So that's my story, Michael.
Thanks, Michael. I wish I could offer you more. This will stay up now on here and on Rumble, and let's see what it does. I mean, Facebook and stuff and other things might take it down, but but thanks, Michael. There's I hope things get better. I really do.
I will get better. I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
I've fought.
I hear Michael said he had COVID though. Tracy, I'm not sure which Michael. Yes, I had COVID. But did you have COVID, Michael, or they just think you had it?
No, they diagnosed me with COVID. However, with my training with a lot of doctors, because I've also worked at some AFL football clubs from the age of 16 as a sports trainer. I've worked with some of the best sports doctors in the country and physios. A coronavirus is a it is a viral infection. Corona means crown, and that's a spike protein.
Yeah.
So people out there need to do their homework.
Yeah.
And just not believe the mainstream media.
Okay.
So so that's my story. I will get better. I've done a lot of work on myself, like with mental health demons before. So I know I will get through this. It's just a matter of time and healing. And
well, there's someone here who's saying, I can't believe the idiots that don't acknowledge these people have had horrid reactions. I think that's a lot of people really need to believe they're being protected by a government that truly cares for them. So accepting the fact that so many people are having adverse reactions means that they have to question that belief, which will create great anxiety for them, like a chicken left out of a hen house for the night. And
there it goes again. Sorry. See how often it happens?
That's incredible. That must be doing your head in.
It is.
Yeah.
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 And here it is. Yes, it's adverse reactions, and that's actually the case. And yeah, I'm very sorry, my man. I'm glad that you came to talk to me. I hope this helps coming on here.
It does. You will see me back at the rallies.
Yeah, but read the comments when you get a chance. There's loads and loads of comments here, and I think more will keep coming. And take care of yourself, brother.
I will, man. As I said, you'll see me back there. I will get better, and we'll just got to keep on fighting.
No worries. Okay, and yep. Take care, brother. See you.
See ya.